Hello and welcome to Chocolate Covered Games monthly melt segment. Voted for this month, I put up a poll that was
This is for February of 2023.
yeah
Yeah.
the February monthly melt of 2023. So the Super Bowl just happened, so I thought about what?
The big game.
Sorry, see you didn't vote last year. I forgot this year. The Superb Owl happened,
Yeah.
as they say, and made me think about sports and board games. So my poll this month was, do you think professional sports translate well into board games?
Yeah.
We had 199 people vote.
Yep.
I had 15% say yes, or 30 people, and 85% no, or 169 people vote that way. So this end of story.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. No, I thought since it was such a easy poll, we'd look at some of the comments made, which this was the most commented poll
Yeah.
I've ever put out. I think it was
50 comments.
50 comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I've only had like 2.
Yeah.
So we'll see what some of the comments say.
So some of the comments were if they did, there would be more.
Mhm.
And then going through, a lot of them are Blood Bowl. We talk about Blood Bowl, which we've never played.
But I don't think that's a professional sport because it has such outlandish rules of like beating up characters and whatnot.
Well,
Like if-
look,
if,
look
like-
at weird things that are out there, like Slam Ball and with the professional slap league.
Yeah, but if you could gain points in the NFL for like breaking somebody's leg, more people would be gunning for people.
Look at I was gonna say Jock Jams, but that was the CD.
Yeah.
The Rock and Jock Sports.
Yeah.
You know where
Which I would not consider professional sport.
they had athletes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they scored a touchdown, they had to dance, and they got judged for their extra
They
point.
lacked a commissioner
Yeah.
and sponsorships.
So somebody put there have been stats-based games like APBA, Status Pro, Stratomatic. They're meant for diehard fans that want to replay a season. The companies would publish updates every year. Right now, one of the companies that I would look at is Play.com with like Red, White, and Blue Racing, History Maker Baseball, Cold Snap for football, second season for football. Cold Snap is the Canadian football version. Second season is the NFL. They have History Maker Golf. So a lot of simulation,
Yeah.
not necessarily straight up
Interpretation.
just interpretation.
Yeah, like I wouldn't consider a stats game a game of sports. Like, no one's just going to go to the field and be like, well, his stats are better than his stat. That succeeds.
Yeah. One thing I did see in here, a game that I enjoy, that you don't, was mentioned quite a bit, and that was Bottom of the Ninth as a baseball game. I actually I enjoyed playing that solo and doing that version of the game. You didn't like Bottom of the Ninth at all.
No. I don't like the rolling to run into base. I will say that's a better baseball game than Baseball Highlights 3045.
2045.
Same thing.
So that game was also mentioned here. So Baseball Highlights 2045 is often highly regarded. The football version might be interesting. I haven't played the football version, but spoiler alert for when, well, if you didn't watch our last Top 100, Baseball Highlights 2045 is my number one game of all time. I love it. But is it a sports game? It's a deck builder with a sports theme loosely tied. It's not really a straight up sports game.
Well, so, just because it's a deck builder means
Well,
it can't be a sports
no, but like the deck building mechanic of it, I would say supersedes the. Because you could put any theme into that.
Yeah. But that's with, like, most games. Like, I could take Yahtzee and make it into a baseball game if I wanted to.
Well, like, so a lot of people talk about racing games. It would be hard to change the theme on a racing game. Because it's still going to be some sort of race. I mean, even Jamaica which is ships, is still a racing game.
Yeah. Well, ships
They're
race.
racing ships.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a lot of people do say in the comments, racing games are the best pro sports games.
Yeah.
We haven't played Heat, though.
No.
From everything I've got, it's good.
Flamme Rouge was good.
Flamme Rouge, Rallyman GT is okay. The Thunder Alley, which that race, the game ended because we got back-to-back rain cards, so the rain shortened race.
Well, that's happened.
It is. It does happen. I thought it was a good game. I liked it better than Automobiles, which is a racing game. I like Thunder Alley better. Downforce, racing game.
I consider that more betting than racing.
Yeah. So, and I did it. There were some people in here with like Ready, Set, Bet. It's a horse racing game.
No, that's a simulating betting game where the mechanic is horse racing.
We haven't played that. But what's that one? Steampunk Rally Fusion that we played. That's a race game.
Yeah.
You're racing
but no,
Zeppelins.
But no, you're racing weird machines.
Well, yeah.
No, races are professional sports. Like, two kids could be doing a race down the street. I'm not like... They must have a commissioner and some bylaws.
Maybe they do.
they have themselves,
Maybe they do.
A union.
So here's a comment. Not always. The football game, soccer, is one of the best implemented sports games. Definitely possible, and some good ones have been mentioned.
I don't know about soccer being greatly... like, a lot of people brought up the game 11, but there you're playing as the manager managing a team. The one that I played where the defense moves before the offense was a terrible game because of that.
Rob Oren and his channel, he played that like Sambuco or Sambudo soccer, where it's the little figures and you flick the figures at the ball.
Yeah.
That was actually cool. It was Sam Sutton football. Soccer. If you saw that or you know that game, leave that in the comments. I thought that was actually pretty cool because I do believe that there was Premier League teams that you played as. Again, it's a flicking game, but it looked cool. Stratomatic, again, was mentioned. Again, Blood Bowl.
A lot of people brought up Blood Bowl.
What about Basketballs? There again, it's not a sports game. It's a sports team game, but you're the one in charge of the team. You're basically the general manager.
That theme would be managing.
You're the general manager.
Yeah.
So it's the business end of sports.
Yeah.
The old basketball where you had the little thing on the side that you press down and flip the ping pong ball. Is that a sports game? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's basketball.
I would consider that more sports than managing. Like, you don't go to a high school gym basketball game and, like, the kids are playing. You see one kid off in the corner, throwing dollar bills in the air and be like, what's he doing? It's like, I want to be a manager of a team when I grow up. So I'm just wasting my money on these losers.
Here's somebody, absolutely. There are numerous racing games. They're already highly regarded. So racing seems to be the one people agree with the most that have the best.
Someone did bring up the hockey game we own.
Trick Shot?
Trick Shot. Trick Shot's decent.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's a little slow, but...
First and Roll. That was like the first sports game we played.
Yeah.
The football game where you play the card, roll the dice.
Yeah.
We actually were part of a season.
Yeah.
In that, I did terrible.
Yeah, I would say that game's more Yahtzee than...
Battle Ball. We own Battle Ball. We never played it yet. But they say Battle Ball with the fan-made rule sets. I don't know what the fan-made rule set is for that. Again, Blood Bowl, Baseball Highlights. I would like to play Football Highlights because it looks cool. It's similar, but there's enough different that looks... Status Pro Football. Hero Clicks baseball, or it's like MLB Sports Clicks is what it was called. We own like the base set of that, but we've never played it. We need to break that out and play it because I've always looked at like buying more players for that, just because the minis are cool. And I was big into the starting lineup figurines and that when I was younger. So those little mini sports clicks to me are cool. But again, I don't know how well it translates. 11 is mentioned here. Baseball highlights again. Trick Shot. It's a really good hockey game. I will say Trick Shot is better than the NHL sponsored one with the rink.
Oh,
I forget what it's Power Play, like NHL Power Play.
Yeah.
And
NFL,
Slapshot,
NFL Red Zone,
Rush Zone. Rush Zone is terrible.
What are you talking? It's sponsored. It was made because of a TV show.
Though I will give that the little football thing is cool that you can put the team logo in. But Slapshot, the war hockey game, that's cool. Again, it's war with a hockey theme and sport. I mean, heck, when I was in high school, we played blackjack, but made it work for hockey. Where, you as the dealer played, so, if we had 5 people playing, you beat this person, you were 1-0, you lost that person, you're 1-1, you beat that person, you're 2-1, beat that, you're 3-1. Okay. And we played a full season. Again, we made it fit NHL scoring. Yeah. Because you could have ties. Yeah. But is it a sports game? No, it was blackjack.
Well, the best sports game
being played at school.
Well,
we were gambling.
The best sports game then would be pennies, where you have the 3 pennies. You knock them, and you pass, and you pass.
Yeah.
You're fine when you shoot. I would say that's the most realistic sports game out there.
Man, we played that forever in school. What about paper football?
Paper football, yeah, that's just a field goal simulator.
Well, no, because you had to flick it to get the touchdown.
Yeah, I guess.
You had to hang on the edge.
Well, it was a special team simulator. It was essentially a kickoff, run back, and then a field goal.
Well, no, because you kicked it off, and then you slid it.
Yeah.
And then back and forth, and whoever got to hang on the edge got the touchdown, then you kick the extra point.
Yeah. So I would say that's the second most realistic sports game out there.
So, what sports do you think have the potential to have some good board games? Is there a sport out there that you think hasn't had the opportunity, or nobody's made a board game about it?
I think every sports have had some sort of game made. Like we've played a rodeo bull riding game, which is just rolling dice.
Yeah, that wasn't very good.
Or lawnmower racing, which is just rolling dice.
Yeah. There is a highlight one out there.
Yeah.
Again, that's by play.com. But again, that I believe I haven't seen too much about that.
I think you could do something with basketball. Basketball's a quickish enough sport, minus the last 2 minutes of any real game.
Yeah.
That you could do something with.
Now, the one thing I think would be cool is if basketball, if they give that a hockey theme, I'd be all over it in a heartbeat. I would be 100%. I would buy that. I'm not a basketball fan, but I still think that's cool. The management end of it, but again, it's that sport. I mean, so trying to think what other sports that there would be that, there's no like UFC fighting games.
Oh, there probably is. I just haven't looked.
Yeah.
I mean, there's wrestling ones. There's boxing. It's probably a UFC one.
Yeah. Now the wrestling one we have sitting somewhere here.
Well, not the Royal Rumble, but they actually made one where they had like a little ring and you go outside.
That lucha dice thing was awesome. Well, you didn't like that.
I wasn't talking lucha dice. I was talking I think it was called like WWE Attitude or WWE like Mean Time, something like that.
I mean, that lucha dice I liked. That was cool. That one we played at Gen Con that one year, I didn't like at all because
I'll play that Gen.
Yeah, remember I got to play like one card and then I couldn't do anything?
Oh yeah, the one that they teamed with the Young Bucks to make, because that was the big deal about it.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
that because it like had the Young Bucks and Omega and then a bunch of just made up people.
Because I played one card and then you played a card and the guy running the game was like, oh, well, you can't do anything else.
I think it was called Hit the Mat.
I don't remember. Well, there's Face of the Mat, which is, again, the simulation by play.
I think the biggest problem with sports games is the length of time. They land in the middle zone. They're like an hour and a half, so they're not long,
Yeah.
but they're not short. They have to go one of two ways. Either shorten or go the length of a regular, you're watching an event. Like,
Yeah.
I'm playing a baseball game. How long does it take? 7 hours.
Doesn't take 7 hours. I mean, the baseball games have been done in under 2.
That's on the quick end. On the long end, you got a day. On the medium end, 7 hours. How long does this golf game take? Well, we have to schedule a whole weekend. You got to come back 3 days in a row.
Okay, golf. There's a sport that
There's a couple games out there.
that
In fact, one of the comments was bringing up Sports Illustrated 1974 Golf Nation.
I need to like look for that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we first got into board games, I'm like, I'm gonna like nothing but sports games. That's gonna be the only thing I buy because I'm a big sports guy. I'm not into the geek culture. You know, I'm not a superhero person. I'm not a fantasy person. I am a sports person. And I was like, for me, it's gonna be racing games and sports games.
You know what's a sport that could easily transfer into a board game? Cheerleading.
It could.
Because you have so many different options there.
Yeah.
You could do it with like Dead Man's Bluff, where you keep playing your routine and hoping not to do the same part twice at any point where a person would like drop.
Yeah.
Or, you could do roll for moves. You don't see gymnastic games. There's a ton of different gymnastics out there.
The flippy dude.
Well, I'm not
Fantastic gymnastics.
I'm not talking, Fisher Price. Yeah.
That wasn't Fisher Price. That was like a big game. It's bottle flip, but
Which is in the Olympics next year.
Fantastic gymnastics. It was reviewed on channels.
Yeah. But so is like Don't Step in the Dog Poop and like
Yeah.
Pie Face.
I'm looking here. No, we don't have other sports games.
Rock'em
down here.
Sock'em Robot is a boxing game
Yeah.
that they switched out of, using humans to robots because somebody died in the ring right before the game came out.
I mean, because there was Pizza Box football, Pizza Box baseball.
Mm-hmm.
We have Pizza Box baseball.
Yes.
I don't remember. It's been so long since we played that. So there are lots of sports games out there. It just seems racing is what
Connects to people.
connects or turns into a board game the easiest.
Yeah, because all games are essentially races. Am I in front of somebody or behind somebody?
Yeah. Do you have a favorite sports game?
I mean, Tic-Tac Lumberjack. Talk Lumberjack.
TikTok Lumberjack? Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be a sports game.
They have the
There is-
Lumberjack games.
Yeah. Is that your favorite sports game? Is that what you're going with?
I mean, if they had the game where you did the thing where you hopped up the thing,
Yeah.
chopped, top up again, and did the top off, I love that game.
There you go. That should be your thing. Design a Lumberjack games game.
You got that. You had the
log rolling.
The log roll. You had the power saw.
Yeah.
Where you go down,
The
up,
two-man saw.
down. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know how you do log rolling in game form. Couldn't be that hard.
If you're a game designer, there we gave you a great idea.
Yeah, you do the Lumberjack game blocks.
We just want credit.
It's like 5 little games in
Yeah.
one.
I don't care if I get money. I want credit.
Yeah. I don't care if he gets money. I want money.
It fall into racing, but motocross, like the rally trucks, getting that all falls under racing.
If you could get in contact with what's his name from NES, the guy that had the 4x4, it was
Ivan Stewart.
He's still alive.
Yes, he is.
You find out who has the IP to that and make that into a box game. I would buy Ivan's Store
Yes,
Off-Road Racing.
hands down, that is like my most all-time played video game ever. And they had that at the one plate at Decades in Lancaster. They have the arcade
Yeah.
machine. And when I was there, I spent all my tokens on that game.
You know, you get like 8 little boards for the different tracks.
Yep. Oh, I love that game.
He's got to be up there.
You know, powerboat racing. There's no monster truck game as far as I know.
I think there is.
Is there?
Yeah, I think it's based off of like destruction, not on the cool tricks and whatnot.
I do know that there's a sprint car game because actually the people who made that game are from about an hour away from here. I do need to get that. It looks cool. But do you have a favorite sports game? Or do you know a sport that doesn't have any games that you think would translate into being a good sports game? You know, is there a sport we're not thinking of? I'm the big sports guy and know most sports out there.
I hear most of the information and retain some of it.
But yeah, do let us know in the comments.
Pull up on your tablet what the Facebook group is that I post these questions on. That way they can actually be part of this next month if they want to vote.
It is Board Game Revolution Community.
Yeah, so if you ever want to vote on one of our polls, I put up one a month on that Facebook group. So be on the lookout for next month.
Can you link that group in the description below?
Maybe. I don't know if you have to be invited. I have to see.
Yeah. But, yeah, what's your favorite sports game, if you have one?
Yep. Possible future polls.
Yeah, let us know what you think people should vote on.
Yep. But with that, as always, stay sweet.